from the county of Blue Earth, Minnesota. Join me in welcoming Ann Murray.
All right, Ann. Welcome.
Thank you, Sally Sue, Bobby Ray.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me today.
Great.
So you are from what organization?
SMILE, Center for Independent Living.
Does it stand for, is that an
It
acronym?
does.
Okay.
It is. It stands for Southern Minnesota Independent Living Enterprises and Services.
How do you describe independent living?
Yes.
Independent living. Well, independent living is all about a person making up their own mind what they want in their life and what it means for them to be successful.
Okay.
And not other people telling them what they can have in their lives, but making up their own minds.
Very good.
And then gaining those skills and abilities to act on those decisions just like everybody else.
What services can people expect from Smiles?
A lot of services,
Okay.
because we provide services for the whole community. So we have basic,
Oh, really?
yeah, and all over Region 9, all over South Central Minnesota.
Which covers Sweet Swine County.
You bet it does.
So that's
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We offer 4 basic core services. We offer information and referral,
Okay.
advocacy, which is helping somebody stand up for their own rights
Okay.
and exercise their own rights. Peer counseling, which is getting that support you need from someone else. Just like when you know who you're going to go to when you want to get romantic advice or financial advice or something like that. Well, we work with a lot of folks who have disabilities. And sometimes people want to make a decision about something and they want to talk with somebody who has made a similar kind of decision.
That makes sense.
So we provide that service, and then we do what we call independent living skills training.
Okay.
Which is marvelous.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because it helps people learn how to be on their own in their own homes, manage their budget, manage their household, those kinds of things. And then at Smiles, we do lots of other fun things. We have a recreation program, we have assistive technology, we have parties. I get to go out and talk to people about disability awareness and do trainings. Boy, we have lots of things. We have nursing home relocation.
Oh,
I mean, we do
really?
lots and lots of things.
Now, so our viewers and so we understand, this is not an independent living center, correct? Am I?
We are not a residential place.
Okay, so these people live in their own
In their
homes,
own homes.
and then you simply assist with that independent living.
That's right.
I don't mean simply, but that's okay. That's
Right.
outstanding.
But it is that simple.
It is that simple.
So
Okay.
you must have quite an extensive staff.
We do.
And
we do.
their
all
training
over.
consists of what?
We have training for our employees, and then our employees go and work with people who want to be able to maintain their independence and need to have skills to do that. Maybe they want to get a job, but they really don't know how to put their morning together in a way to be successful, to show up and be clean and ready to work
And
and
be
those
there.
kinds of and be there. Yeah. So they need to learn those kinds of things.
I'm just curious, what's the average age demographic for your clientele?
All ages.
All ages. Okay,
All
so
the
it's
way
not
from
just
little
directed
kids-
towards seniors.
That's right.
Nothing against seniors, but this
Right.
is all ages.
Yep, we have lots
Okay.
of seniors, lots of kids, and everybody in between.
How do you pay for this? Are there grants, funding?
All kinds. We get a lot of our funding from the federal government
Okay.
because we're certified as a Center for Independent Living.
Oh, okay.
Okay, through
Okay.
the Rehabilitation
Okay,
Act.
all right.
And so it's our job to assist individuals in the communities to maintain and to get their independent living.
Okay.
That's first and foremost what we do, and we do that on a cross-disability basis. That means that maybe somebody might have more than one disability. Well, we don't just say, well, we're just going to work with you on your arthritis and that's that. But we figure out what it is that is in the way for this person to enjoy life and get a good quality of life, and then we work with that.
How do they find out about you? How do they know about you? How do you know about them? How does
Well,
that
I
happen?
send out a newsletter.
Oh, you do?
I do. I brought
Okay.
one so that you can
Now, when you say,
Oh.
who does this go to? The entire region,
it
or?
goes all
This is
over the
really
region.
nice.
We're on the World Wide Web. I have a
Oh,
website.
really?
Yes,
Okay.
we do. Smiles, SCIL, short for Center for Independent Living.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
.org. The whole idea about Centers for Independent Living got started back in the 60s. A man named Ed Roberts had survived polio. And he had applied to get services through the vocational rehabilitation services in California, and they turned him down. They said, "You're too disabled. It won't work."
My.
So you know what he did?
Too disabled.
Too disabled. So he decided he'd go to college.
Good for him.
Good for him.
So he applied to college at the University of California and got in at Berkeley. And then he went to college. And when he showed up, they took one look at him. Now, he was a survivor of polio in the 60s.
Sure.
All his muscles were paralyzed.
Sure.
He needed a motorized chair in order for him to get around, and
Sure.
used an iron lung to breathe.
Oh,
And the
my.
college said,
even-
no, wait, to breathe.
Really?
Just to
Really?
breathe,
Wow.
to get through his day.
That's not a small piece of equipment
No,
either.
it's not. And the college said, not going to work. We tried cripples before. It's not going to work. They were that rude to him.
Nice. Cripples.
And and he said, you know what? I got in here fair and square. You accepted my application, so let's make it work.
Good for him.
So they figured it out, and he had to live at the infirmary because that was the one place
Okay.
that was accessible for him.
Okay.
But through the years, a couple more people joined up, and pretty soon they had a whole dorm going on up there, you know. And they'd sit
my.
around after classes and they talk about how they wanted their life to be after they got out of school, because they weren't going back to their small towns.
No.
They liked this business of being able to go out on the street and go to the cafe and have fun with your friends. you
Sure.
know?
Who doesn't?
That's
Who
right.
doesn't?
Yeah.
That's right.
So they thought, well, but you know what? It'd be nice if there was some place where we could go where we could say, I need to have my wheelchair fixed. Who do I call? Or I need help doing this job application or getting an apartment. Is there someone who can help me with that? You know, do those kinds of things. Can somebody teach me how to cook so that I can have my own apartment? And they thought up this idea of Center for Independent Living. Well, they got out of school, they wrote a grant, they got one started, and then, this is like a touchstone kind of thing for the disability world, then Governor Jerry Brown, remember him?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
He appointed Mr. Ed Roberts the commissioner of the
isn't
rehab
that
services
Isn't
in
that
California.
right? That is
It's like
amazing.
sweet
great.
justice.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is.
It
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
The
great.
world is round for a reason.
That's right.
That's outstanding. How many people through Region 9 does your organization work with on an annual basis? Do you have any?
Lots. Yeah, last year we served about 1,300 people. That's the number of people that we worked with directly who set goals that said, I wanted to be independent in my household, or I want to be independent with making friends. I want
Sure.
to, you know, do this, that, or the other thing, and we help them reach their goals.
If someone calls you up and says, I think I would like your services, what happens after that
Good
call?
question.
We say, come on in and talk to Bonnie.
Okay.
And if they're unable to do so, just
Then we go out and
you'll
meet
go out
them.
and meet them.
What's grown a lot, part of it is because for over 100 years, the state of Minnesota had a policy of placing people with disabilities in large institutions.
Yes.
And then people said, you know what, we want to live at home with our families. So we moved away from that, and in the last year, the state of Minnesota actually published an apology, a written apology to people with
really?
disabilities for those years.
Great.
Yep. And now we're moving, you know, there's a lot of compassion involved in that.
Sure.
And a lot of people work and are employed as caregivers helping people.
Sure.
And now we're making another wave move from being caregivers and caretakers of people to supporting people to be independent.
That's outstanding.
Isn't that
That
amazing?
is.
That is.
I'm curious if any of the folks that you've serviced or worked with in the past, have they ever become involved on an active basis to go out and help with other people through Smile?
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
curious. I thought that
Oh,
might
yeah.
be a great recruiting mechanism for people that, well,
Yeah.
I want to do what you do.
That's
you know?
right.
Okay.
Yep.
So how do people find out more about you and about the operation? How do they go about that?
They can find us online.
And what's that website again?
It's smilescil.org.
Okay.
They can find us on Facebook.
Okay.
They can call me up on the phone. My direct office is 507-345-7139.
Okay.
We have toll free.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's hear that one.
It's 888
Okay.
676 6498.
Excellent. And you're based out of Mankato.
We're based out of Fairmont.
Out of Fairmont.
New
I'm
Ulm,
sorry.
Excuse me, New Ulm, Waseca, and Mankato.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
And we spent a
wow.
lot of time in the Arlington, Montgomery area and out
Okay.
in Sleepy Eye. And
So you're all
we're
over. You're everywhere, all over
Yeah,
Region
we
9.
are. Yeah.
Outstanding.
That's
Great.
This has been great to have you here today and learning so much about how people can be involved in their ongoing lives without having people tell them what they're going to do. And I think this is an admirable and very needed service throughout the Region 9 area. And it's been great to have you here today. We're so appreciative of you showing up, and we certainly encourage our viewers to engage the services, perhaps not for themselves, but for others that they may know in their communities and friends and neighbors. I think it's wonderful.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you very
Hopefully you have
much.
just a moment, but we would like to go to one of our citizens now who's discovered another point of interest
Love it.